Today, I took step 1 on my way to my goal of physically challenging my anxiety and changing how I deal with the reduced heart confidence that has been drastically affected over the last few years. As I walked through the sand dunes in Formby, I realised that for the past few years I've not been able to accept that it is perfectly natural that my heartbeat will increase as I exercise. Up until today, when my heart rate increased due to the low levels of confidence, I would intervene and bring it down to normal level as quickly as possible to try and prevent palpitations, instead of waiting for the rate to reduce on its own. On the majority of occasions, this intervention would bring my heart rate down to sinus rhythm, but there was always the possibility that as my heart needed to continue to beat faster to supply more oxygen and blood to other parts of my body, it would fire an ectopic, harder beat, which would trigger my heart to go into a faster, more erratic beat that would possibly last for hours. By trying to intervene to calm my heart before it was ready, I had made my heart go into palpitations, and that, in the past, had reduced my confidence even more. I have discovered today that thanks to my echocardiogram results and strategies and techniques passed on to me by my counsellor, the confidence in my heart has started to grow. By recognizing that my insistence in bringing a faster heartbeat to normal beat as soon as possible was the cause of my problems, I started to relax as I reached the top of the sand dune. This simple change was very noticeable, the effect remarkable, and I have had no adverse reaction from my heart. At the end of September, I mentioned that when I obtained closure, everything would change, but I didn't think things would change this quickly or this dramatically. Considering the speed of the transformation, some might question how bad I was in the first place, and that is completely understandable. But by removing the weight that had been placed on me, and because of the number of revelations that have occurred since 2:05 p.m. on the 4th of October, the anxiety and imagination-driven extreme fear of palpitations has changed into reality-enhanced progress. On Friday, when I completed step 1, I realized that it was okay for my heart to go fast while I was exercising, and I didn't need to intervene to bring it back to normal pace. The next step was to turn that realization into reality. Ingleton and its falls have always played a big part in my life. When my mum and dad had a caravan just outside the village, we used to spend some lovely weekends there, walking the falls in all weathers. 2 times stand out and show the emotional contrast of my connection with the falls. In 2004, while I was battling my severe bouts of SVT, I took myself to the caravan with Nicky Dog to try and force my heart back to normal. But when I attempted to do the falls walk, I didn't even make it to the entrance gate before my heart went crazy. In contrast, in 2007, 2.5 years after my ablation to fix my WPW and stop the SVT attacks in their tracks, me and my Kizzy Dog walked the falls 3 times in 6 hours. For step 2 on my recovery and applying what I'd realized on the sand dune, I did the falls walk again. Over the past few years, anyone who has been walking with me may have noticed I'd stop partway up an incline and start tapping my belly. This was an attempt to disguise my raised heartbeat and, in a strange way, to try and intervene and induce a slower beat. This would increase the tension in my body, which would continue to affect me long after the walk had finished. By realizing that I didn't need to do that and instead I could relax and let my heart do its job, the walk round the falls was incredible. The feeling of release amazing and the benefits enormous. It was that good I did the walk twice, clockwise and anti-clockwise.